Hey, it's Steve Kyler with HOOPSWORLD TV. I've got Giannis Koutroupas, senior NBA writer and editor for HoopsWorld.com. Now, Giannis, a lot's been made here this week about Kobe Bryant proclaiming that the Lakers were his team at Media Day. Now, one, I'm curious who didn't know that already, but do you have a problem with Kobe proclaiming it to be his team? And more importantly, did you question whether or not it was Kobe's team?
No, and I was surprised that the question was even asked because any team that Kobe Bryant's on, whether it's an all-star team, an Olympic team, he's a very prominent figure. And if he's not, 1A, he's right there at 1B. So, of course, this team, who he's been with for his entire career, or his franchise, I should say, of course, this is going to be his team. He's the elder statesman at 34 years old. He's got 5 championship rings. And most importantly, he sets the tone from a work ethic standpoint. So nothing wrong at all. And I think that some people may have misinterpreted that for him maybe taking a lot of shots, but that's not going to be the case. He's got the most talent surrounding him that he's ever had, and he's going to move that ball around just fine.
You know, the interesting thing about Kobe, and, I'm going into my 13th season covering the league, and you see it on the floor. Nobody takes the game as seriously or works as hard as Kobe Bryant. I remember talking with Trevor Ariza. He said, it was the first time in Trevor's career that he'd ever played with a player who wanted to win more than he did. And he said Kobe wants to win as much as he wants to breathe. And, he really gets on guys that aren't interested in that. And, some people think Kobe's aloof or he's a jerk or he's this or he's that. All Kobe cares about is winning basketball games. He's not interested in whether or not you're happy. He's not interested in whether or not you've gotten the ball enough times. He wants to win. And if you're not helping him do that, he'll gladly take the ball out of your hands. And I think the one thing that Kobe was really doing in all of this, and I think it probably plagued the Miami Heat to a certain extent in their first year, was I think Kobe's putting to rest the idea that we got to be buddies and all get along and, we're going to share and kumbaya and the three of us can. No, it didn't work for Miami. It's not going to work for the Lakers. Kobe's setting the tone. This is my team. We're going to play. And if you got a problem with how things go, come talk to me about it. And I think to a certain extent, he's trying to take some of the pressure off of Dwight and Steve Nash, who are going to have to adjust to a really big fishbowl. If you think the world is big, wait till you become a Laker. These guys have no idea the amount of pressure and intensity and scrutiny that they're going to go through. And I hand it to Kobe for recognizing, one, let's put this debate of who's going to take the last shot to bed, and more importantly, put accountability where probably the person can handle it. Kobe's lived in that Laker fishbowl for a long time. I think that he's doing a very good service to his team. Now, my next question to you, Giannis, is, Dwight Howard's been his own guy on a team, and, we know his ego is easily shattered. Steve Nash has been his guy. He's pretty selfless, but how are these guys going to relate to Kobe Bryant when he has one of his Kobe moments? I mean, Pau Gasol's been pretty good at taking some of Kobe's shots in the media and really just letting it go. How does Dwight Howard and Steve Nash handle Kobe being Kobe?
I think they're going to handle it just fine. And I think that Steve Nash and Dwight Howard are two players of a caliber at this position that are much higher than what Kobe's had around him ever since Shaquille O'Neal left. Steve Nash is the best point guard that Kobe's ever played with. So I don't know how many fierce moments or intense moments between the three of them we're really going to see. I think that Dwight Howard and Steve Nash, having their own teams, failing to get to the promised land and win a championship of their own, are willing to work with Kobe and understand his leadership style, which is very intense. It's very in your face. But like you said, what it all comes down to, it's not about getting him shots. It's not about getting him in the right position. It's about winning basketball games. And so because that's going to be the main goal of Kobe's win in any interaction that he has with them, I don't think that it'll ever become a problem.
He's Giannis Koutroupas. I'm Steve Kyler. This is Hoops World TV.